everybody. Thanks for watching. So, yeah, real quick, Merkabah Scholar Society members, make sure you guys check the app for the meeting video. A lot of good information in that video. I want to make sure you guys don't miss it. I know you guys email me. If you guys email me about the meeting, the video is up and the link is on the app. So make sure you check it out. Also, new members, make sure you guys as well check out the link for the commit trip. Make sure you guys are following the calendar. If you have any issues or any questions, make sure you shoot me an email so I can make sure you guys are all caught up on it. People asking about the Shopify Amazon course. It's still on sale. This is the last week it's going to be on sale. It's going to go back up. So make sure you guys grab it this week and get it out the way. A lot of new information added on there. There's going to be a lot of new stuff added when things come out. And it's going to be updates. Again, once you pay for this course, every new update video that comes out, you get it for free. It'll be right there where you download the original videos. So make sure you guys take advantage of it because it's a lot of videos. It's a lot of information. I don't want you to miss out on anything. And it's a lot of people already starting their sites and generating money. Perfect thing for you guys to get into if you're looking for an extra income or to build wealth, to do something different. So make sure you guys are getting into it. It's a big ass moon behind me, I know. So a lot of people hit me with emails about, hey, you guys see the super moon, big moon, what have you. Yeah, I mean, we see it here a lot in Vegas. This is the site I usually come to and view it. And it's right over my shoulder, so you guys know it's actually a really good view from here. But again, you guys remember the last few years I was traveling everywhere. I was in Mexico in Chichen Itza for Orion. Whenever there's any type of major celestial events anywhere on Earth, I will be there. I usually travel quite well to these locations because they mean things and they mean big things. And you guys understand as you go along what these things mean for you and your house when they appear. So yeah, following your master. What is this whole thing about, right? So your master, and I get this question so many times about who to follow, and everybody's looking for a master to follow. Remember, you guys who's old enough, the movie The Last Dragon. And the movie is basically about Bruce Leroy, and he's learning kung fu, karate, what have you, with his teacher. And his teacher basically sees he's told him all he can teach him. And he wanted to teach him a lesson, one final lesson, that everything that he needs to go forward is already in him. He no longer needs a teacher. He knows everything. The master that he's looking for is within himself. So he sends him on this whole journey or what have you to basically find this master, right? That is basically a machine that makes fortune cookies. It's a dope movie. But in his journey, he goes through all of this extra stuff he did not, bargain for when someone who's a really good fighter that's been trying to fight him for a long time challenges him. And he doesn't want to be confrontational. He doesn't want to fight. A lot ensues with the story. But the teaching of that whole thing, the whole main point of it was for him to realize that the master was always him. He was the master the whole time. He had mastered everything and he didn't need any more help. He had to just look within himself to realize he was who he was looking for, right? And this is what the case is for most of you guys. What you are looking for is you. And it is what you need to be and what you're looking outside of yourself to obtain. When all you need to do is look within, right? So, right, understanding your master, knowing your master. Some people master is Jesus, or that's who they want it to be. Some people master is God. Some people master is Allah, Yahweh, or what have you. And this is who they pray to. This is who they bow to. This is who they give their energy and heart and soul to, right? So if you're in a form or state of worship, who are you giving that energy to? Who is your master, right? Who is your rabbi? Who is your teacher? And at the end of the day, all of us have teachers. All of us learn from so many people, right? But at the end of the day, it all comes down to you. No matter what happens, a trainer, a coach, I can only put so much knowledge in you. I can only train you but so much. When it comes time to step into that ring, it's you and that person. It's you. You are on your own, right? When it comes time for you to step in that booth, when it comes time for you to give that speech, when it comes time for you to go one-on-one in any particular situation, it comes down to you. So this is where the training has to shine through. This is where the teaching has to shine through. This is where you have to come out and be who you're supposed to be. So you can skip all that by understanding yourself, right? Understanding that the teachings that you are taught, the things that is poured into you by people who care about you for whatever reason, right? Always goes back to you. whether you listen to them, whether you use those things to better yourself, whether you use those things to push forward and go beyond the teachings, it all comes down to you at the end of the day. So many people are looking for a master. So many people are looking for a God to worship, somebody that they can feel like have their back. And no matter what, at the end of the day, it's all on you. You have to make those decisions to choose to be who you want to be, right? So we know from the streets, everybody used to roll with a set or a clique, a squad, a gang, your people, right? Your brother, your sister, whoever you hung with, that made you feel comfortable, whoever brought that you out of you when you went somewhere in public. It's certain people who you act a certain way around because you feel comfortable or safe with those people. And then usually by yourself, you're quite reserved or you're more relaxed and chill because you don't have your people with you, right? And these are people who you choose to give that power to instead of giving it to yourself. There's no reason why you can't be you or who you want to be when you're alone, right? So we all have these hidden masters, these people who we rely on, these things we look to for guidance, for strength, for energy. And at the end of the day, again, it's all within you. It's all up to you to choose to be who you want to be. Now, I say all that to say this, right? For years, you guys know, I talk about the Bible. I talk about the Bible being shit. I talked about the Bible being this or that. But for the people who know and understand, when I say these things, I mean it in the sense of how it's being taught by the preachers, not the book itself. The Bible is the greatest book ever written. I always say that, always give it its credit when it's time to give it credit. But when I'm talking about the Bible in this capacity, I'm meaning so as far as how it's been taught throughout history, how we know it as a society and all the teachings and all the crazy loopy stuff that we're supposed to believe. That's what I mean bullshit. So when you're telling me that man walked on water, turned water into wine, but couldn't save himself from, a couple of nails and a cross, it'll make sense. It'll make sense for a man to be able to raise the dead, but nails kill him. Does it make sense for a man to be able to walk on water and feed all these people, but he can't escape nails and a cross, right? He can't escape a crucifixion, right? So certain things in there that you got to understand, that are parables, that are stories. But the message of Christ in the Bible is for you to understand, right? As far as not taking it literally, to understand that it's talking about you. All that stuff lies within you. It's about you finding the master, finding the God within yourself. The Bible literally tells you how many times? You are God. Jesus says, is it not written that I say ye are gods, right? Look within yourself. The kingdom of heaven is within you, right? And everybody ignores it and looks outside themselves for something to validate who they are. And that's the problem. When you start doing that, you're never going to understand what you have in you because you're too scared to look at yourself because you don't feel that you're worthy. You have all these choir songs. I'm a wretch. Save a wretch like me. Oh, I'm not worthy. Oh, I'm beneath. I'm low. I'm poor. I'm lowly. I don't have this or that, right? So the story of Christ, one being a son of a carpenter, being basically poor, but having so much power, right? The meek shall inherit the earth, right? The camel can pass through the eye of a needle before a rich man gets into heaven. Basically saying that you have to be poor. It doesn't mean the riches. The Bible gives you many instances where it's saying what riches is and what being poor is. The Bible is saying that having love is rich, that having faith and having these spiritual things are riches, not so much physical coins or dollars or what have you, but emotions, love, confidence, things that you need emotionally to take you further in life. Matthew 6:24 says no man can serve two masters, right? Right? No man can love God. You can't love God and mammon, right? You want to love the one or hate the other or vice versa. So you can't serve two masters. You can't serve God, which is you, and mammon, which to them is interpreted as meaning money or wealth. So you can't serve yourself, which is you spiritually, and you can't serve wealth, which is the money. You got to pick one. Either you're going to be spiritual or you're going to be material, right? You can't choose both. You can't serve both. And when it says serve, it means serve as to when you serve God, you serve Jesus. It means give your heart. Preachers say all the time, give your heart and soul to God, serve Jesus. It means give your heart fully to God. You can't give your heart fully to money and at the same time give your heart fully to spirituality, right? So there's a balance that it's talking about, which I always talk about with you guys, that it's about balance, because you can't serve them both. And you would think with balance, well, isn't balance meaning I'm serving them both? No, because you're not serving them. You're not giving 100% of your heart to one over the other, right? You're serving one when it benefits you. You're serving the other when it benefits you. When you're serving one, the other one is going to hinder you, right? And when you're serving the other one will hinder you. Now, and of course, you can have money and still be spiritually good, right? But if you indulge more into the money side of it, spiritually, you're going to be screwed, because you're not going to have time to really focus on the spiritual, because you're more into the physical, which is what that really means. And it just goes back to when Jesus is saying that the preachers shut out the kingdom of heaven. They don't allow others to go in, neither do they go in themselves, vice versa, what have you. And it's crazy. And it's when you begin to understand that there's a balance to it all. And that balance begins with your choices and your decisions. Then you understand who the master really is, and the master that you are serving, and it's yourself. So, over the years, a lot of people misunderstand my teachings. I think a lot of people look at my videos and they think I want you guys to just throw the Bible away, to not pay attention to what it's saying, to not listen to Jesus, and that's far from the truth. You can't move forward in any of this without listening to Jesus, without listening to yourself, because Jesus is you, and that's what he's trying to tell you, that you need to go within to listen to you and understand what you need to do. The kingdom of heaven is within you, right? And to understand this life, to understand the teachings that lie before you, and that it's not all material. Right now, we're about gaining material to get material, gaining money to get material, right? And the more money we get, the more material we can buy. And we shun the spiritual. We shun meditation. We shun teaching, knowledge, and growing spiritually for the material. And you in no way can move forward, move to the next level, next stage of existence without mastering these things first, right? So even in the movie, The Last Dragon, and I'm using this movie for a reason, because I can't think of a better movie that profoundly gives you exactly that. This dude went through every stage of life when you really understand the teachings in the movie. Everybody had a lesson to learn. Everybody had to go through something and figure out something that led back to them and their choice to become who they ultimately became, right? So with Leroy, he had to basically really master himself. He had to go through his emotions, love, right? Understand his ego, his fears. He had to face his fear, right? He had to deal with his family issues. His brother was on his ass. His brother didn't respect him. But ultimately, what ended up happening, right? He ended up facing the whole issue with the girl, with his love, his heart, with his fears, everything he had to conquer. He conquered. His brother had to learn a lesson and get a quick, reality check. And everybody had lessons to learn in the movie, and they learned their lessons. Johnny had to conquer his fears to show him, one, dude, you got it. You've been here. You've been learning. You've been training. Believe in yourself, and you can be who you trained to be. And we've seen in the fight scenes, hey, he started believing himself and he fought well. So it's so many different lessons in the movie that are life lessons that we all need to learn. But it's the deeper part in the song, to reach the upper level, your mind, body, and soul must be one. It's a sacrifice. It takes hard work. It's a way of life, right? And it's a way of life. And all of this to get where you need to be is a life lesson that you need to be consistent with the learning, consistent with the training, consistent with the spirituality, consistent with meditation. These are all things you have to indulge in, and it has to be a way of life. It can't be a hobby. It can't be something you just jump on when you feel like it, right? You have to be your own master. Everybody's on social media. Everybody's on YouTube looking for a master, looking for somebody to get answers from, and for the wrong reasons. For a reason to just one-up somebody, for a reason to just know without knowing how to apply it to their life. And a lot of you are walking around with all the answers to all your problems right in your fucking brain. And you fail to realize it because you're looking outside yourself to accept what you already have. And as soon as you begin to understand you and what you can do, and that I don't care how much you pray or who you pray to, no matter what, the only way you're going to get what you're looking for is from yourself. And of course, people are going to say, well, I want money and this guy has it. I want this car and this guy owns it. These are physical things. So there it goes again. You are serving the physical and not the spiritual, and not even understand the deeper meaning that you can literally attract these things to you and have them for yourself. You can use your spiritual to attract the material, and it's right there in front of you. So the Bible is giving you in so many instances, so many different ways of understanding your life and what you're doing here and what you're meant to do. The master has always been you. So you have traits, you have qualities, you have things in you that you have yet to awaken, that you have yet to realize. These stages you release as Kundalini rise, right? As your knowledge rises and grows, you begin to unlock certain abilities within yourself that you will see that's useful in your life. You can't unlock these abilities without meditation. You can't unlock these abilities without understanding what you need to do, without obtaining this knowledge and moving forward, right? So mind, body, and soul must be one. It's a sacrifice. It takes hard work. It's a way of life. And a lot of people have not even begun to embark on that journey because you're too busy trying to find somebody to take you there, right? And along the way, all of us have a journey. Along the way, you're going to find teachers. You're going to find masters. You're going to find people who help you, people who love you, people who hate you, people who fear you. But at the end of the day, it's up to you to choose what to do with these things that come into your life, to accept them or not, to move forward with them or not, to bond and build with them or not. When you make these choices, when you begin to accept these things within your life, so the stories in the Bible are stories about you, are things you need to learn and understand about you, right? All the stories are parables that are there to teach you a lesson. And we understand these lessons when you really read them. Some of them are very easy. Thou shalt not kill, don't steal, don't lie, don't cheat, what have you. So religious people get bent out of shape when we talk about us claiming to be gods ourselves and calling each other gods and calling, women gods and queens or what have you. A lot of people get bent out of shit when we talk about this, but we have to talk about this because at the end of the day, like, who are we looking to? Who are we relying on in this physical world to do anything for us, right? If you're relying on a thought or a feeling of a invisible God to carry you through this physical world, you are delusional, because there is nothing that we have ever seen in the history of mankind that will prove something invisible is going to do anything for us physically. It's always been a person. It's been you getting up, going to get it yourself. It's been somebody who you relied on, helping you out, somebody who taught you, somebody who's looking out for you, teaching you, helping you grow, helping you learn, help you get the things you need in life. It's always been a physical helping you with your physical, because at the end of the day, what are you praying for? You're not praying for spiritual guidance to grow spiritually, to be the best spiritual you, because what is that going to get you? You could be the best spiritual you in yourself and just doing what you do every single day. How is that going to help you in your physical life? So most people pray for spiritual help when it benefits them for something physical, right? Help me manifest better things in my life, or help me be more spiritual in the aspect that I need to be spiritual in, so I can gain favor in the eyes of God, so he can bless me with more physical things, right? So you're trying to con God and cheat God into being something that you can't be to get some shit that you can get on your own. It's absolutely delusional. And it's one of the reasons why I talk about Christians in this way, because it's crazy when you get into the whole concept of worshiping something outside of you, right? And without you having the understanding that, there's two sides to this whole thing. It's a dualistic nature to all of it. And worship, what is that? The Bible is telling you worship is giving your heart to something. And when you give your heart to something, you give your heart to that. Your heart is one thing. Your heart is everything. When you give your heart to something, you've given everything to it, right? So it's the all when it means that. And you have to understand that. It's not saying or meaning, I'm just going to act like I fuck with this one thing, but I'm really doing this over here. Because then you're not doing it in truth. You haven't given your heart to it because you bullshitting over here, right? So when it says give your heart and soul to Jesus, right? Your heart, it means your everything, right? So when you do that to yourself, when you give your heart to yourself, when you believe in yourself, this is how you obtain things. So you have all these billions of people looking outside themselves to obtain something material by thinking they're doing something spiritual, and they're not getting anything. And they're wondering why they're not receiving these materialistic things by pretending to be spiritual. Because you have to physically go out and get these things, right? So you have to put that energy into your physical self to go physically do what you're supposed to do. And once you begin to understand that, things change. Once you begin to recognize that The master has always been you, and the thing that you really need, the things that you're trying to get in this physical world, begins with you making physical actions, you doing physical things that's going to lead to the growth of you spiritually and allow you to attract these things within yourself, to yourself, right? Within your atmosphere, in your life. That's exactly what the Bible was telling you, right? That you have to be this spiritual person in order to obtain the material things that you need to go forward in this life. And when you begin to wrap your head around all that and how it makes so much sense, you begin to do these things and do it on the regular, and it becomes very easy. So it's not a cheat code. It's not some magical, spooky shit. It's very real thing. So think about it. A person who masters something, you're a boxing legend, right? You master a skill. You put your heart into learning boxing to where you know everything, right? And it's one of the reasons why I respect these guys. It's one of the reasons why I respect professionals in their field and people that can do something to the highest degree of doing it, because they took the time to learn their craft. They took their time to put their energy and their heart into something, and it shows right there in front of you. So a person who puts their heart into what they do, what do they get? Fucking success. I put my heart into my business. I put my heart into my craft. I put my heart into boxing. I put my heart into being a lawyer or a doctor. I fought through school. I fought through the late nights of studying, all the panic attacks, all the pills and fucking Hot Pockets. And I made it. And I mastered this field to the point where I'm a doctor with my own practice, making millions of dollars a year. I reached the pinnacle of success in this field because I put my heart into it. This is something that you physically did because no spiritual motherfucker came down and took the test for you. No spiritual being came down and shadow box, lift weights, train, did mitt work, sparring, none of that. This is all things you did. This is something that you put your heart into and you obtained it. See, the problem is most of you don't know how to do this because you've been a procrastinator your whole fucking life. You've been a bullshitter your whole life. You never put your heart and soul into any fucking thing 100%. You jump in, and when it get hard, you leave. When there's money involved, you leave. When there's something involved that you don't want to deal with because you're not ready to deal with it physically, you're not ready to accept whatever energy that comes with it, right? For whatever reason. It can be because I don't want to waste my time with something because I'm too busy doing this bullshit over here. This is going to take away from my time bullshit. My time playing video games, my time on my phone scrolling, my time doing things that I like to indulge in that the Bible would consider a sin when you really understand. It just really means it's something that's take away from what you need to do on a spiritual level or physical level to obtain what you're supposed to get or what you're really looking for, right? Understand what it's talking about. And again, unless you begin to wrap your mind around all of this and understand that, again, as I said, you guys have demons. And those demons are your procrastination, your fears, your doubt. These are the things that's going to hinder you in understanding and finding the master within yourself. It's not me. It's not the next person down the street. We are only things here to help you out, to help you along your journey. That's it. At the end of the day, when you master what I'm teaching you, when you master what he or she is teaching you, when you master the teachings that's out here and the things that you're studying, when you master that shit, then you get to the highest level of what you're looking for to obtain what you're trying to obtain. And it may not lie with me. It may not lie with him or her. It could be a bunch of other things that's out here. It could be a whole lot of shit. But you have to, one, get into the energy and atmosphere of those things and then master it to attract it to yourself. And then you will understand that, damn, everything that just happened, everything I went through, I made the right decisions. I chose myself. I chose to believe in me and what I can do to obtain these things, and it fucking worked. And here I am, living in your success, walking in your success. Every day you wake up in your success. And there are people that you see do this every day that wake up millions of dollars in the bank, every car they can imagine, everything they want is right there in front of them, right? Most of you are scrolling on social media, looking at these people who live their life. And it may seem to you, because you're just witnessing the success, that they just got it on some type of get-rich-quick scheme. And this is what people come to me all the time about the stuff I do. When they see my money and they see the things that I've been doing over the years, and they just think it's some type of scam, or what's the hookup, bro? Put me on, bro. You know, like it's just some shit I can say, yo, pss, 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 and then you obtain it. Because if that was the case, everybody be doing it. That's not the case. But when I began to break down to them, it costs this. You have to go and read this book. You have to study this. Oh, this book costs $300. You need to do that. Then they begin to back away. Because guess what? Their heart is not really in that. Their heart is in something that's bullshit, right? Like getting some bricks, right? Oh, I just need this money so I can get these birds. It's not into something. They don't even really know what they want to do half the time. And that's a whole other issue. A lot of people don't even know what they want in life because the things that they are seeing, they see other people have. That's why so many black people want to be rappers. You know, so many black people want to be rappers because the successes they see only comes from them. They're not seeing too many black people in the business field obtaining things using their brain. They're seeing rappers with the Bentleys and the Bugattis and the cars and the houses and everything. They're seeing the actors or the athletes get this money. And this is who we ascribe to be. We don't even realize that, hey, I can use my brain to be rich and wealthy. I can use my knowledge and things that I have within myself, or I can learn these things and obtain these things to get to this point and make money in so many different ways. I love all the people that's on social media making money. That's so dope. You using your talent, whatever you have to make money, whether you're doing it to make money or what have you, it's still a dope thing that you understood that there's something within you that you can do to bring wealth to yourself or to change your life or to change your atmosphere, what you're doing. Some people do it for a hobby. Some people do it to just give the information or what have you. There's many reasons why people do what they do, but it's amazing that people find something that they love to do and it turns out to generate them massive amounts of money, right? You got to think about that. A lot of you have this talent. A lot of you have this stuff within you and you have these goals and you have these things that you want to do, but you're too scared to look in yourself. You're always looking for the hookup. You're looking for the person to give your money to. You're looking for the person to serve, to pray to, and it's you. And until you understand that, until you realize that no matter what it is, no matter what you're trying to obtain, you got to go through yourself first. Nobody's coming down to give it to you. You'd be hard pressed for a person to walk up to you, knock on the door, or what have you, inbox you on social media and say, I'm going to change your life. Here's millions of dollars. Go do what you want to do. Good luck with that. It's not going to happen. You got to fucking work. And you don't let this spirit of procrastination, because the internet is really driving you to be a procrastinator these days. People don't want to leave their house. They want to just be on their phone scrolling and just do just enough to get by. Go to work just enough to get by, to pay the bills, to get food, so they can sit in the fucking house and play games and scroll on their phone. And then you get old enough and you realize the shit that passed you, or you done seen so much shit that you want so much. You done looked on social media and you done seen all your friends obtain it. While you was bullshitting, Shaniqua or Ray Ray or Bill or Jim or Stacy or what have you, then leapfrogged your ass. Went and got their shit together, went to school, did something, and then now you're watching them on social media be successful, and you're fucking jealous. You are mad, you pissed off because you was like, this guy, he was the fucking crackhead. This guy was a junkie, and they cleaned themselves up. They did what you had ample time to do, but you kept bullshitting because you don't want to invest a couple dollars in your education. You don't want to invest a little bit of time in reading a book. You want to invest a little bit. We're talking about a minute fraction of your fucking day to watch a video, right? What's wrong with y'all? And then people cry to fucking high heaven and people boo-hoo and bitch and moan and complain about them being exactly where they put themselves. Nobody did this to you. You did it to yourself. That is the devil, the Satan that the Bible is talking about. That is the demons the Bible is giving you. It's you. And until you understand that, you are the yin and yang. You are the God and Satan. You are the master and you are the slave. Plain and simple. Choose which one you want to be. But guess what? You're going to spend time as both. You're going to have to indulge with both. I got to be a slave to myself, right? Meaning I need to, without mercy, without question, obey the things that I'm telling myself to do to get what I need to get. On the flip side, I have to be the master as well, because I have to force myself. I have to give orders to myself to do these things that a slave's supposed to do. So I have to be the master and tell the student in me, do this, go do that. And I use these terms because this is the best way to make you understand what the Bible is talking about when it's talking about slavery, when it's talking about servants. It is, yes, of course, we know black people who were slaves. It's talking to that as well. But it's also esoterically giving you the flip side of that as far as slavery and you doing these things. Because remember, the Bible says, slaves, obey your earthly masters with fear and trembling and sincerity of heart as you would obey Christ. Who is Christ? It's you, right? So when you begin to understand that, and of course, you know, I'm guilty of flipping that on the white man and showing people like, hey, it's talking about the white man, which it is, but it's also giving you another esoteric understanding about what it's saying. Because after all, Jesus is you. So if you understand that this is a parable, this teaching of what it's saying is something different, then you can make that connection. It's still you at the end of the day. Serve yourself. Plain and simple. You are your master. You are your own slave. You have to be both. You have to indulge both. You have to play both roles. Dualistic book, right? So, I did this video because, one, it's the dope ass full moon and I wanted to get out here and do this video, but just because, you guys know, I do consultations. I talk to so many people all over the world and so many people have so many different stories. And it's like, dude, I wish I could do this shit full time. But it has enlightened me so much as to the problems with the world because it's the same problems all over the world, right? And we don't realize how alike we are, man. I'm really fortunate to be in this position to speak to different people all over the world and hear stories about, people's lives and how people are living in Africa, how people are living in Switzerland, how people are living in Sweden, England, or what have you. I talk to people from everywhere. Right? Talk to people in fucking Alaska, y'all. Seriously. Did a consultation with somebody in Alaska. Did a consultation with somebody in Norway, in Doha. And it's just so dope. You guys know who you are. I appreciate you guys. But in doing these consultations and speaking to people all over the world and understanding that we are so much alike in the things that we are looking for in life and we all really want the same things, the problems come along, right? And I realize, man, when people are telling me their stories, and you all can do this to yourself. You can sit in the mirror and run your life story down. And I promise you, you'll find out that I'm here because of choices, right? And when you begin to understand how the Bible is really trying to shield you and to keep you in, conscious of those choices that you make and how they're going to affect your life, man, you begin to really see like, damn, I put myself here. And the course of my life has led me to this point. And the fucked up part is, and the part that hurt is like, oh shit, if I would have just did this, and you swear you can get a do-over, it's no going back. And that's the part that hurts you because it's like, fuck. Like, how did I not know this? If I could just go back and change this one thing, my life would be completely different. If I can go back and change this choice that I made, damn, I wish I didn't do that. Damn, I wish I hadn't did this or chose this person or picked this or picked that or bought this car or bought those shoes, whatever it may be. Choices, right? So again, you got to make those choices, man. And yeah, some of us, you find yourself in a position where, unfortunately, you have given somebody control of your life, right? And to you, yeah, it may seem that, for real, you don't know my situation, but this person is choosing how I live. This person is choosing how I move forward. And if I leave this person, I'm going to be in a seriously dire situation. So to you, you may not have no choice. To you, you may feel like, well, dude, if I leave this person, I'm fucking homeless. If I get out of here, I have nothing, right? So what are you going to do? What is the alternative? Nobody knows the situation better than you. Now, within that situation, you need to be making the right moves to get out of that situation. To you're not homeless, to you're not starving on the street, or you're not in a bad situation that's going to affect you, in a physical way. What are the things I can do in this situation to get out of the situation, right? Whether it is shutting the fuck up and stacking your bread, playing the game or playing along for a while until whatever it is. These are things you have to choose to do, to leave, to go, to change the situation, right? Again, unfortunately, so many people have given people this kind of control over your life and you feel stuck, but you're not stuck. You have to choose to make the choice to leave and choose to do the things that you need to do to get out of it. So yeah, I just wanted to be, inspirational to you guys in this video and, really speak to a lot of you guys who I've been doing consultations with and just let you guys know, man, just listen to the advice I'm giving you guys. And, what I try to do is try to map out the next phase forward in our consultations to get you guys to understand that, hey, you can do this or this can help you out. And for the most part, everybody's taking the advice. So I appreciate it. And you'll begin to appreciate it. But man, listen to yourself, bro. Like, you have to really understand that this ain't a fucking game. And I don't want you, especially for my young people, I don't want you to make so many decisions in your life, bad decisions, bad choices, to where when you get my age, you fucked. And you're going to fall a million times. You're going to scrape your knee. You're going to break that motherfucker. You're going to bruise it. But I want you to leave some meat on the bone to where, it can grow back and you can walk again. Plain and simple. You understand what I'm trying to say. When you're young, you have so much time to really fuck up. But imagine if you don't. Imagine if you use that time to get ahead and do what you need to do. And then, you're young and set. You're not old and set. We all think about it like, you know what? When I get older, I'm going to do this. Or, when I grow up, I'm going to do this. When I learn these things, man, it's shit you can do now, especially now, social media age, internet age, information is everywhere. Stuff you can do now to really get to where you need to be at a young age and still have so much life to live of success, right? It's about making those right choices now. And it's up to you guys to do it. So, when I see a lot of the young people doing consultations, a lot of young people messaging me and hit me up about so much stuff that I'm so shocked to even know about, it makes me feel so good, man. I really do this for the next generation and for people to use this information to grow, because that's what it's about. If we're not growing, we're not helping each other. If your fucking girlfriend or boyfriend, wife or husband, people that's in your circle, if they're not growing, you're not going to grow, because you're going to be weighed down with their problems if you love them, right? Shit you got to deal with. You can't just walk away from your wife. You can't just walk away from your daughter, your kids, your son. You got to be there. But if they're successful, if they're growing, then damn, you good. Because what if something happened to you? What if you fall, right? What if something happened outside of your control? You have a circle of people that's successful around you that's doing the right thing, and you're going to be good. You're going to be set. Now, I changed camera position, but I did it for a little experiment. I like to mess around with the moon. And it's one of the reasons why I come out when it's full. It moves faster. So I did change camera position at one point, but I've been in this spot for a while since I moved. And the moon has moved as well. You guys seen it moved over this way. So right now it's basically lining up with this pole. And it's not the pole light that you see up there. There's still a moon up there, but it has shifted over. You guys understand how this works and one of the things that it do. I think it's a cool thing, especially when you get it on video. If you time lapse a video and you see it's actually moving, it's crazy. But it's things I like to do with a lot of celestial shit because it means stuff. It means things that, we'll get into down the line. But yeah. Merkabah Scholar Society members. Oh yeah, you guys are going to be getting these chains. You can see this is our logo. There's a couple different versions. It's just a silver lighter version. It's going to be a darker version. But when we get to Kemet, I'm going to be handing these out. The chains, along with a lot of other stuff that's going to come in a little bag that you guys are going to get when you get this. Like a little goodie bag, gift bag with a lot of Merkabah Scholar Society stuff in it, shirts, hats, all that stuff you guys are going to get when we get out there. Some of you guys will probably get this before we go. We'll see how that works out. I'm going to try to work it out when I send our manual, when I ship the manual out, that I can ship these chains out with it and some other stuff. But yeah. I told you guys before, we got a lot of merch coming. There's a lot of stuff happening. But for sure, when we get to Kemet, you guys don't get a whole bunch of this stuff that's going to come with it. So, stay tuned for that. And I'll give you guys more information and meetings in the society as we go forward. But yeah, just want to do this quick video, get this out. That's my time. I got to get out of here. But I appreciate you guys with the emails. Again, consultations, links in the description. Again, this is the last week for Shopify course at this price. Make sure you guys grab it. Also, for my members, make sure you guys are reserving your spot. We are still low on that. Reserve your spot. I know some of you guys are waiting because you guys have time. Make sure you get it out of the way. I do have a deadline. That deadline is approaching. I want to make sure we secure these spots. So make sure you guys do that and secure your spot. Don't miss out. So make sure you guys, the link's in the description for that as well, the video or what have you. People that are still trying to join the society, still $18 a month. I'll waive the initial fee. You can join for $18. Once you join, so real quick, because people ask what you can expect. When you join, just give it a few hours. It depends on what time you join, but you're going to receive an email. You're going to receive a welcome email. It's going to be a whole little welcome thing and a bunch of information on what you need to do, right? And understand the email that's attached to whatever you paid with is the email you're going to sign up with on the app. If you're having any issues with the app, it's because you did not use that same email. So make sure you know what that email is and that you use that email when you register on Merkabah Scholar Society app. Because if you don't use the email that's attached to your payment method, how are we going to know it's you? There's no way we're going to know this is the person that paid when you just send me some random email and it doesn't match with the person who paid for the membership. So it has to match with that. So make sure you guys understand what that is. And it's the same thing when you register. How I'm going to know it's you if it's not attached to what you paid. If it's just some random email, right? Makes common sense, right? So understand that. And again, it's so much information and so much out here, for you guys to take in. I understand it's a lot. It's a lot of people on social media. There's a lot going on. For you guys who know me, and again, I just recommend Don't join the society if you don't know me. Don't join if you haven't been following my channel. It's a lot I talk about. This might not be your cup of tea. You might not be fully conscious. You might not be ready for this information. So don't join if you're not. Don't join if you're not going to be all in. If you're not going to understand what we're talking about. You don't have to make every meeting. You don't have to, be super engaged. It's for your benefit if you are. And people got stuff to do, which is why meetings are recorded. You can watch the meetings later. Everything's on the app. You're good to go. But I really want this for people that want this, that's on this journey, that you are here looking for what we're putting out, right? So these are the people I want to join, right? These are the people that's coming to commit with us, right? So make sure you are that person before you do anything, because the last thing I want you to do is to jump in something you're not prepared for, or you don't really fully understand. I have so many videos out, right? So make sure you guys understand. I know a lot of people who got the membership also got the Merkabah catalog because it comes with all the videos. So you might need to brush up on a lot of the stuff. Again, all of my real super hardcore good information, the best knowledge that I put out is on those videos. That's, the link is in the description. You can buy all that stuff. And the reason why is because, of course, I can't put it out on YouTube. They'll take it down. And it's a lot of work that go into this stuff as well. So it's why, that is that way. It's not about anything else but those things, right? So for the people who know, right? So yeah, appreciate it. I know everybody got their favorite videos. Everybody like a specific video, but I got to ask this question because everybody been asking, what video or what part 2 are you guys waiting for, right? What is the next video you want me to do? Money is coming up next. That's the next DVD. But because you guys got to understand the spiritual nature of it, it's going to fuck your head up because you're not going to really ever grasp what I'm about to tell you about this money situation and how it's really important in our energy and our spirituality, right? So that's coming up. But what out of my videos I put out so far are you guys looking forward to most? What do you want me to do, a part 2 or part 3? What are you waiting for? I know a lot of people say Zodiac Body 3, but in the comments, make sure you guys put that in there, what that video is or what topics you will want me to cover for my next YouTube video or what have you, because I know a lot of people have been asking me to, take requests. And a lot of the requests I get, or a lot of the comments I get be people basically saying, hey, can you touch on this situation, or can you touch on this topic? Do you have a video about this? Do you have a video about that? So I want to know. So I want to make sure I can either give you that video link, because 9 times out of 10 I probably covered it, or I can do that video. So yeah, sorry to make that longer than what it should be, but motorcycles, right? But yeah, thanks for taking the time to watch. See you guys next video, and peace.